Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Thankful Thursdays, Mornings with Mary Margaret. I am wearing the same shirt. Let's just get this out of the way. I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore yesterday, but that's because I clearly need to shower. I'm gonna do it after I make this video. Um, so let's just get down to it. Uh, Thankful. What am I thankful for today? Well, as always, I'm thankful for my husband. He is most excellent and the best person to be quarantined with. Today I'm especially thankful for my dogs. Juno, tell me, you're gonna be on camera today. You just don't even know it. This is Juno. She does not like to be on camera, but she is very cute. Finn loves it. You want to be on camera, Finn? You want to be on camera, Finn? Oh, Juno wants to be on camera again. Where's the Finn Finn? Oh, the Finn. Oh, he loves to lick the faces. Oh, the Finn Finn. Okay, oh, he wants to go outside. They want to go outside. I just made them insufferable, so I have to go put them outside. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. All right. So we're in a different venue today because one of the things I thought I could discuss for Thankful Thursday was the Good Fortune supermarket that is down the street from me. Sorry, I just woke up and all the sort of like allergy stuff is making its way to my throat, so I'm coughing. But that is the only reason I'm coughing. I do want to reassure you. Anyway, so the Good Fortune supermarket. Maybe I can find some history about it for you. Good Fortune supermarket. Huh. Huh. Well, I can look at the Better Business Bureau. What if I just type in Wikipedia? What's the likelihood? Well, that's the Hong Kong supermarket. Oh, well, there's a corporationwiki.com. I don't know what that means. It's approximately 9 years old. And it was started in Queens, New York, which I think I knew. Anyway, well, that's the history that I'm able to tell you about the Good Fortune supermarket. But it is a very helpful place, especially right now because it's so close, but also because they seem to be better stocked with some things than other people have been, than other stores have been. And I don't blame other stores for that. I blame the people who are scared to shop at an Asian supermarket right now, which is what the Good Fortune supermarket is. It is a lot of its wares are. I have like a weird halo because of this light, but there's no other light in this room that I could use. This one. Maybe I'll turn this one off. Can you see me? Okay. Well, this will do. Now I turned the fan on. That's gonna be cold. But the Good Fortune supermarket is a It's a place that they sell primarily. Well, they sell no, yeah, primarily East Asian wares. So obviously, the produce and the meat and the fish are just sort of like, I don't know where they source them from, but they're not from East Asia. Um, but they are generally the kinds of cuts and produce that feature heavily in East Asian, various East Asian recipes. So you find more things like bok choy and a lot of different kinds of mushrooms. And then there's a lot of fish. I mean, being a vegetarian, I don't really look at their meat section very much, but I know they have a lot of fish. It's because it smells like fish here all the time. Whenever they're getting a fish delivery, which probably happens every day, it smells like fish down the street from where they are. Well, let's see. Some things that I like about the Good Fortune supermarket. One thing that I like is that even when I couldn't get eggs from anywhere else, I got these mystery eggs from them. So this was 2 dozen eggs. It is no longer 2 dozen eggs, obviously. But they weren't labeled in any way except with the price tag. So I didn't know if they were cooked already because they were by their cooked eggs. So 2 theories as to why they were packaged this way is one was that people were buying 2 dozen eggs anyway. So they just decided to start selling them as 2 dozen eggs. Another was that they had a shipment that the cartons broke, or at least enough cartons broke that they felt they had to salvage the eggs somehow. And so they labor intensively sort of put them in their takeout containers in order to sell what they could of what was available. So that was really nice when we found those eggs because I could not find eggs anywhere else at the time. And it was 2 dozen, so that's good. I was also, so I went to this will be the story that will live in infamy, but I went to Target to grocery shop. It's one of the first times I grocery shopped after the shelter in place. Well, actually, it was the day the shelter in place order went in place here anyway. I went to Target because I had a prescription I needed to fill anyway, so I was just going to go to Target. And they had limitations on everything that you could buy, et cetera, et cetera. But but even with the limitations, people had still somehow bought them out of things like flour. I just got flour due to a friend who I'm also thankful for. But also cheese and eggs and milk. And milk, we don't drink a lot of milk, so that wasn't a huge deal. But the cheese, that was a big blow. And the eggs also. So I was glad to find that the Good Fortune supermarket had eggs available for purchase. Other things that I have bought at the Good Fortune supermarket, which may seem more like Good Fortune supermarket-y things to buy. I know I have them around here because we just use stuff from them every day. So one thing, chopsticks. We bought like a pack of chopsticks. These are just, I think they're stained bamboo, but regardless, they last longer than the cheap break apart ones, and we use them for a lot of things because chopsticks are super handy and fun to eat with. So it's like the equivalent. There are some foods for which it's actually easier to eat with chopsticks, I'm sure, and then there are some foods for which it's just giving yourself sort of a little challenge. Ben likes to use chopsticks on things like he doesn't eat hot Cheetos, but if he ate hot Cheetos, he would use chopsticks on them because then he doesn't get the dust all over his fingers. And same with Sour Patch Kids. Well, he eats those with a fork, but because he doesn't want to get the sugar all over his hands. get them all sticky. But chopsticks then are sort of like the equivalent of when you put the dog's food into a dog toy, and they have an extra good time. They like the food and they like the way that they're eating it. So that's how I see chopsticks. There are legitimately times when chopsticks are easier or better for whatever reason. I'm not going to try to explain it. I don't know what it is. And then there are just sometimes when it makes it more fun. So chopsticks, we bought chopsticks there. And they came in a huge pack, and we've been using them for 2 years. And they're no problem. Here it is. The wok. We bought a wok from them. And it's not what I pictured a wok to be, because I did picture a wok having a smaller sort of center thing and taller, like more angled sides, but it's been handy. It's great to make popcorn in a wok, what we've discovered. But really what we've discovered is just that there's a lot of things that are easier to make in a wok than they are in either a pan or a pot, because a wok is sort of the best of both worlds. Let's see, some of my favorite things from the Asian supermarket. I forgot about that. Okay. So, in order of how much we use these things, I will show them to you. One is dumpling sauce. This one is unopened, but we have an opened one in the fridge. Dumpling sauce, for one thing, we buy, but I have them in the freezer. We buy dumplings from there. These are Ben's because they have beef in them, and these are mine because they are vegetarian. And so we buy dumplings from there all the time, just buy them frozen. There's lots of like better versions than the ones that we buy, but the ones that we buy are easy to cook and they store well. So those are the ones that we buy. So we eat dumplings, I don't want to say regularly, but it's one of our sort of like go-to, especially right now, lunches, because it's not a lot of food, but it is substantial food. And dumpling sauce is basically what you want soy sauce to be when you're using it on dumplings. It is mostly soy sauce. And then they also have like a lemon flavor, a little bit more vinegar, and garlic. So you could conceivably, I guess, make this yourself if you were industrious. But I like it. So we buy this. And we go through it really fast. So we always buy two bottles at a time because that's how fast we go through it. Next thing is, this is sort of a new acquisition for us. We discovered Lao Gan Ma. This light is very bad, but you can see the nice fellow here, and the name. It's fried chili in oil. There's also some red beans in here. Can I get it so you can see it? No, I can't. But yeah, it's sort of like chili paste that you might get at like a Thai restaurant, especially, except this isn't Thai. I'm fairly certain, pretty certain this is Chinese. But it's a very savory oil. It does have some heat to it. We didn't think it did, and then we did. And it is the oil is good to cook with, and then it's got like this the stuff in it, the sediment sort of stuff, that if you can dry it out, you can then add to the dish that you've cooked in the oil. It just gives a good overall flavor. So here's the advertisement for not a sponsor yet. The next thing is we have this seasoning spice powder. Now, full disclosure, I have no idea what this is. I'm fairly certain it is Vietnamese. Fairly certain, but I don't know. And it's just it looks sort of like bouillon cubes. Oh, the moisture has gotten to it. So it's like bouillon cubes that the moisture has gotten to. So it's what we've used, the way we've used it, is we've like cut up the cubes and dissolved them in like hot broth or hot water or hot other like sauce bases like vinegar or something like that. And then we put them on noodles, and that's very good. Oh, that's another thing that we have a lot of. Well, less now because we've been eating them. We buy noodles, and these are pan-fried noodles. Let me tell you, pan-fried noodles are just very, very good, and you should get yourself some of them. They need a bit of seasoning, and that's where this comes in. Yeah, so that's fun. The other thing that we buy there a lot is, okay, so it looks like we've run out of some of this stuff, but we have they have a variety of different kinds of noodles, and these noodles, you can't really see them, but they're the wide, thin, wide rice noodles that you can get, again, at Thai restaurants. At least that's what I associate them with, but I don't think that these are Thai specifically. I'm sure that they are in a variety of dishes. The other kind of noodle that we get regularly and just drop something in there and it's gone forever. We'll never see it again. But the other kind of noodle we get is this thing called buckwheat noodle. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a wheat noodle. So it's brown. And they helpfully package it into little like package amounts so that we always know that we're grabbing a consistent amount of noodles to make. And then this is seaweed, dried seaweed. And so what we do is we make the noodles. We haven't done this in a while. We should do this today. We make the noodles. Ooh, we should really do this today. And then we make we put the seaweed in them after the noodles are cooked. And then we eat them with basically what amounts to dumpling sauce, except it's, what is it? We make we use soy sauce and make it. Because otherwise we go through dumpling sauce too fast. That's honestly the reason. So, man, we haven't had these noodles in a long time. We're gonna make these noodles today. This is a little adventure where you get to look into my life. My Thursday. My Thursday is going to involve these noodles. It's very exciting. I'm trying to find a place to put the noodles down. Now, one thing I have seen many times that I've never purchased until now is these things that they promise that they are, oh no, maybe these ones, oh no, they do promise that they're milk tea. I don't know what they will taste like. I have previously in my life enjoyed milk tea. I've never had strawberry milk tea, but these were on clearance, so that's why I bought these ones specifically. And Cool. So it might be something that I add to coffee because I'm a heathen. But we'll see. I'm guessing it's very sweet. So it's probably more sweet than I would like and more strawberry than Ben would like. But it was on clearance, so I bought it, I guess. Yeah. So that is the Good Fortune supermarket. At least its presence in our home. We have other things. We buy a lot of tea from them, but I can't. Our tea is all the way over there. We have been drinking tea like it's our job recently. It's basically our go-to thing. Get a lot of seasonings from them. Our favorite thing that we've discovered recently, similar to these noodles, is they have this other set of pan-fried noodles that they give you like seasoning packets for. It's sort of like really cheap ramen, except it's not as cheap, but it's very, very good. It's pan-fried instead of like soup. That's what the wok is for. Or at least we use the wok for that, so it's very good. Yeah. Other things that I have bought there. I buy a lot of like things like this. But when I buy them, I don't know what they are, but they look good. It says it's a mango cake, so I'm like, oh hey, I like mango, I like cake. Let's try this. And I tried it, and it was. I've discovered this about a lot of Asian sort of like desserts and sweet snacks is that they're not nearly as sweet as Americans want them to be. We're just used to things being very sweet. But it's generally the stuff that they have is very good with things like if you're eating or if you're drinking tea or coffee or something. So we have these mango cakes next to where we keep our tea. We also have some biscuit cookies and some other little like sort of like biscotti, but they're not as hard as biscotti. We have those things, and those are good with coffee as well. So that is my love for the Good Fortune supermarket. It's a good place. I know that when this whole coronavirus thing started back in January in Wuhan, people around here at least really stopped shopping at not all people, but many people stopped shopping at the Good Fortune supermarket because they were scared, and that seemed very stupid to me. Still does, and I think it's still true too. But now I think they're probably doing about as well as every other grocery store, which is to say, like, not great, but not bad, I guess. And they were also some of the first to implement safety measures for their employees that I noticed anyway. Employees wearing masks and gloves, and then they were definitely the first ones I saw that had protective, like plastic sort of sneeze guards things around their checkout thing. And yeah, so I respect them. I want to give them business. They're not local, but they're not local either. I mean, they obviously hire people who live locally, even though they are a national chain, which is true of all national chains. You're not, hiring people who live far away, but it's a smaller national chain. It is just national. That means a lot of things, and I'm glad I said it. I don't know. But now it's 8:30, and like I said previously, I really need to shower. Like I really do. I also need to make my big plans for these noodles because they're going to be very good. Maybe I'll take a picture of them and post them on social media like a true millennial. Maybe I won't because I'll probably forget, and they probably won't look that great. They'll just taste good, and you'll be jealous. And I don't want them to get cold while I take pictures of them. That's very weird. But I am gonna go make some of this milk tea because why not? Make good choices. Don't do drugs. Say it's cool. Take your waitress. All that stuff.